Now in these questions we're asked to estimate the answers to some multiplication sums, and we're going to do that by rounding the numbers as much as we possibly can before we start doing the multiplication. So let's have a look at the very first one over here. 49 times 64. The simplest thing to do would be to take the 49 and make it 50, and the 64 and round it down to 60. So we'll do just that. The 49 becomes 50, and the 64 becomes 60, and 5 times 6 is 30, and then add in the 2 zeros to get 3000. So initially we ignore the fact that it's 50 and 60 and just treat it as 5 times 6. So our answer is going to be 3000. Let's try the next one. 34 times 232. So the 34 more easily can become 30. Multiply that by 232. Well, that'd be easier to make that 200. Round it down. Now ignoring the zeros again, 3 times 2 is 6, and then add in the 3 zeros, I get 6000. So the answer is 6000. Let's try 773 times 85. 773 is more easily seen as 800. 85 is probably easier to see as 90. Forget the zeros for a minute. 9 eighths 72. Add in the 3 zeros. So the answer is 72,000. And the last one on this left hand side, I've got 343 multiplied by 745. So I'm going to make 343 300. I'm rounding it down. And I'm going to make the 745 700. 3 times 7 is 21. Now add in the 4 zeros. And we end up with 210,000. So write in 210,000. And that takes care of the left hand side. Let's have a look at the ones with the decimal points. They look a little bit more cumbersome, but actually they're very straightforward. 4.9 times 6.7. So we'll treat the 4.9 as 5. Multiply that by 7. In other words, round the 6.7 up to 7. 5 sevens is 35. So the answer is 35. What about 5.1 multiplied by 5.2? Well, again, very straightforward. 5.1 and make it 5. We'll take the 5.2 and make it 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So the answer is 25. 6.5 times 4.4. Well, I'm going to make the 6.57. I'm going to round it up. The 4.4 I'm going to round down to 4. And my times table, 7 times 4 is 28. So the answer is 28. And the last one, 7.8 times 7.2. So we'll take 7.8 and make it 8. 7.2 will make 7. 7 eighths are 56. So the answer is 56. Let's see how well we've done by marking it. Full marks. Now for question 2. Okay, the second question in the estimating questions is estimating with money. Now we're told that Rena buys a side CD for £9.96, a book for £6.95, and a magazine for £2.96. We're going to estimate how much money she's got left out of £30 if she buys that lot. So the first thing we need to do is get these numbers into nice simple figures by estimating. So the £9.96, that can become £10. The £6.95, that can become £7, and the £2.96, that can become £3. Adding those up, 3 and 7 is 10, plus 10 is 20. But we've got 30 to start with, so 30 minus 20 equals 10. So our answer is going to be 10. Second part, a pizza costs £9.96. How many pizzas would you be able to buy with £60? Well, the first thing to do is get that £9.96 into a nice easy sum. That would be 10. Then we have to say, well, how many times does 10 go into 60? 60 over 10 is 6 times. You wouldn't get 7 because 7 lots of 10 would be £70, and 7 lots of 9.96 would be bigger than £60. You can probably work that out very quickly. I'll double check this last answer of 6 by imagining what would happen if I'd rounded the number down to £9. So if I'd made that 9 and I'd bought 7 pizzas, 7 nines is 63. Oops, that's bigger than my 60, so I can't get 7. So 6 is the answer, the final answer. Let's just check our answers, and both are correct.